Stood here and cried because I was so grateful to be living here.
This is Kim, and she has just shown us a beautiful place and shared an insight that really made me think. And she showed us some weird stuff you can hold in your hands when you meditate. That is coming up.
They called e-harmonizers.
What? So, I am on my way to meet Kim in this beautiful area, and she's gonna take us to her favorite spot and share an insight that can help us in our lives. And there she is. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Encantada, as they say
That's
here.
the Spanish version.
Yeah, that's the Spanish version.
This is Kim. She's originally from the Netherlands. Now she lives in Costa del Sol, and she's a spiritual coach. Do you want to add something to that, Kim?
I'm a spiritual life coach and an inner healing coach. And I also organize day retreats or women's circles to empower women.
And there's a link down below if you want to read more about Kim. Oh, there's a bike coming. Hola.
What is it?
Yeah.
Come. Yeah. Hi.
So we all heard of Costa del Sol. What is it like to really live here and have a life here and not just being on holiday?
Living on the Costa del Sol, it did take some time to get used to it, because in the Netherlands it's cold, it's rainy. You only have like 2-3 months, if you're lucky, of sunshine and summer. Here you have good weather all the time, and the sun does tremendously good things for your body and for your mindset. Learning Spanish, it is a beautiful language. The people are very welcoming, very open, as long as you try to be Spanish.
What does that mean?
It means that they love it when you put the effort in talking their language, in getting to know their traditions, joining them in the traditions, and be open and welcoming like they are. Living on the Costa del Sol is different than living in the rest of Spain. Costa del Sol is the part in Spain where people are, most of them, very rich, very secluded. They don't really get connected with the Spanish people. But I'm not very rich. I don't need to be. I'm not rich in money, but I'm rich in experiences and in energetic feelings and in energy and in being grateful. So I love to connect with everyone here, if it's Spanish or expats. But when you connect with Spanish people, they're very welcoming, they're very open, they're very friendly. I think from Europe, to be honest, they're one of the most friendly people you could meet. And when you live here, you of course enjoy the scenery and the nature and the people, but the whole vibe is different. People here work to enjoy life. They don't work because of the money, because they're spending the money all the time, because they go out for breakfast, out for lunch, out for dinner. They are hardly at home. They're outside meeting friends and family all the time.
Now we are at one of the places Kim wants to show us.
That is one of the amazing things about living here in Spain and at the Costa del Sol. There's nature everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the beach is right in front of our doorsteps almost. So I go walking here twice a week on the beach. I go walking on the paseo every day with my dog. But twice a week I go walk in the surf to ground, because I find it very important to ground and to settle myself in. Even in the winter, even if it's cold, according to Spanish standards. And trust me, right now, I'm also in the winter. I'm wearing a jacket and a scarf, and people that come here on holiday, they are like, why are you wearing a winter coat? For me, it's cold. And then it's 15 or 12 degrees. That is cold for me.
So let me just short explain. Way over there is Marbella, Puerto Banús, And maybe how much along from Puerto Banús? Maybe 10-15 minutes?
By car? Yeah.
By car, yeah. Is here. And this vibe here is totally different than the vibe around Marbella and Puerto Banús. It's much more quiet and feel more grounded and down to earth.
People here, there are holiday people here, holiday lets and flats that they own and only come here during the holiday. But when you're off season like we are now, it's completely quiet. This is our time. The residents that live in Costalita and the area, they come here now because there's no tourists and it's gonna be hours until May. And we love this period.
Yeah.
It's tranquil, it's easygoing. The beach is more in its natural state now, because normally they clean it up. But now you see all the little pebbles, and normally they get cleaned up during the summertime.
In this series, I'm asking people to show us a spot, and I'm asking them to give an insight, something that can help people.
My insight is that being grateful is a pathway to happiness. When you start showing your gratitude, and I do this every morning, the moment I open my eyes, I'm just taking the time for myself, 10 minutes, to still lay in my bed, have my eyes open, but think of the things that I'm grateful for. 3-5 things every morning. And I started practicing that a little over 8 months ago, because I wanted to change my mindset even more. Even though I'm a coach, I'm still learning. Everyone keeps continue to be a student. You're never the master. So I started practicing gratitude. And then one morning I was walking my dog here and I saw the sunrise. And I was so grateful, and it sounds maybe a little bit silly, but the gratefulness was so overpowering that I started to cry.
Wow.
And I never had that sort of happiness come over me. And that was so special. I just stood here and cried because I was so grateful to be living here. After all those years I've lived in the Netherlands, I never lived anywhere else. And we moved here in the summer a year ago. So I live here now a little bit over a year. And I was just amazed by the view, the ocean and the sunrise. That was beautiful. And just being very happy and grounded with my feet in the surf.
It's beautiful. Let's walk to the trees and I'll ask you more about this, okay? So, can you give us an example of things we can be grateful for, just to be really concrete about it?
There's so much you can be grateful for. It can be the littlest things, like the roof over your head, the fact that you have food on your table, that you have money from your job, that you are healthy, that your body helps you to do what you need to do in your journey every single day, that you have your health. And it can be when you have met friends and you had a great evening, or when your son is embracing you, which he hardly does because he's autistic. And when he does that, that's like very special. Then I'm very grateful that my son is showing his love in a physical way. It can be because of nature, because of a sunrise or a sunset. It can also be the big things, that you're getting married, that you have a child, a husband.
Do you think you would have had that experience of crying on the beach if you didn't do this every morning?
No. It is a mindset. To be grateful and to be happy, you have to change your mindset. And you can only change your mindset when you actually know happiness. So when you're grateful, it's easier to manifest. And it's easier for you to be actually happy, because when you show your gratitude for the little things, and you no longer think of the big things. They're not that important anymore. The little things get more and more important for you.
What's the, if you had to pick one takeaway, one benefit from practicing gratitude?
when you're happy and you're in a different state of mind, you are also feeling more blessed of your own body. So the way I used to think of myself, like I'm a bit too fat, I have to work out, I have to watch my diet. I am watching my food because I want to be healthy, but I no longer dish my own body because it's my vessel and it does everything I need to do every day again. That's actually the biggest thing, that you actually gonna appreciate the fact that you're alive and you don't take it for granted anymore.
So practicing gratitude, the short version, makes you happier, but also happier about things you might not have been happy about previous.
That's a very correct statement. That's exactly what I mean.
You change, yeah, you said it, you change your mindset about many things then, also about yourself, by practicing gratitude. Never thought about that before. Yeah.
If you're not aware of the little things in your life, then it's more difficult to be grateful. You can be grateful for the big things. People start, actually, when you show gratitude, people start by being grateful for the big things. But big things don't happen every day. They're special, so they happen once in a while. And then I did want to do the practice. I did want to be grateful because I knew if my mindset was changed, I would be more happy and I would be more centered and I would take better care of my own body.
And now we were at the beach and now we're at the park. It is beautiful surroundings here, Kim.
A lot of greenery and a lot of tranquility and peace and quiet. In this park I practice yoga twice a week, and early mornings when there's hardly anyone there, I sometimes take my yoga mat or towel and I meditate. And
here in this park?
Yes, and I love to do that.
Just show people around there. And there's a restaurant there, we won't film those people.
But if I meditate, I prefer to do this around this tree.
Oh, look at this guy or a girl or whatever they are. Oh.
When I meditate, I often use an energetic tool.
Yeah.
They are called e-harmonizers, and I have a set of them with me. I'm gonna find them in my bag. They're an energetic
e-harmonizers. What is that?
E-harmonizers are an energetic tool. They are also named the rods of the pharaohs. So the knowledge of them is from ancient Egypt, and the pharaohs used them before they had like their special, before they went into the temple or into the pyramid to do ceremonies, because they are very helpful for grounding. They are very helpful when you meditate. Anything you actually do that is spiritual, if you hold them and you start meditating, they immediately pull you into whatever you want them to do. So if you do breathwork, meditation, grounding, they are very helpful. And that is because they are filled with crystals. Now I have a set that are filled with crystals, amethyst and rose quartz. So this is the golden triangle. They have a different flow than the ones with just plain crystals. But when you use them, they get you in an energetic flow. And it's like you are the battery and they are the charger. So you have an energetic flow that goes like this. Your energy circle has to be this way. But when you're not completely grounded and you have a lot of issues or trauma in your life, you feel that your energy level is not grounded and it's not turning the way it's supposed to be. So there's a stop, a stagnation somewhere. And when you start using these, they actually help you to get back into the energetic flow that you are supposed to be in. And that's why I started using them when I had my burnout 5 years ago.
We have the soundtrack of Spain over there, which is a leaf blower. So we won't go there. We'll go back here. That's really interesting. So you feel that this has helped you in your recovery, you would say? Yeah,
I had a burnout 5 years ago, pretty severe one. I even started hearing voices. And not because I was spiritual and I was connecting with other dimensions. No, I actually started hearing voices of people that were not so kind.
Oh.
And I wasn't able to work anymore. I only cried. I didn't want to get out of bed. So it was a pretty severe one. And then I got into contact with a psychologist who really helped me and who guided me into meditate, because I've never done it before. And a friend of mine is making these by hand in the Netherlands, and his name is Tim, and he gifted me a set, the plain ones with the plain crystals. And he told me, because he had a burnout before me, start using them. Just 15 minutes a day.
15 or 50? 15.
Just 15.
1-5.
And you can just sit still, hold them. Just gaze in the distance if you want to. You can meditate or just take 15 minutes to calm your mind, and then you can feel the energetic flow actually generalizing and energizing your body. And the first time I hold them, that was kind of, he already told me there's a lot of things are gonna happen in your body, but the first time I hold them, I was very cold, like tremendously cold, for 5 to 10 minutes. And then after those 10 minutes, I got really warm, like extremely warm. And then it was kind of, I got into a nice flow, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And my hands start tingling. My heart rate goes up. People can get a bit like you're high, a little bit in your head, a little bit dizzy, and when you're actually on barefoot, you feel tremendously grounded. So you can feel the earth, because the crystals are resonating at the same frequency as the core of the earth. And when you hold them and you ground yourself, the frequency grounds you even faster and deeper.
And Kim, you sell these on your website, right?
Yes.
That's true. I will link it down below so you can read all about it if you want to. Repeat the name of the place area again.
This is Costalita, and it's across Costalita. It's a small town between San Pedro and Estepona.
And it has a really beautiful, quiet, grounded vibe, I would say. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.